shapes everywhere. They were probably just the type of puppet that Sephiroth also sees in Cloud. But since Cloud did not start running after Sephiroth, blabbering his made-up nonsense, that's why Hojo believed Cloud to be failed. Now this time it was... But he's holding up well. Wasn't paying attention. La 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 la. Whoop up, gone. What's he saying? Just Cloud, Paul. A little time. There's not much to be to say here. I can just make a mental list of things I want to reference from this scene later on when all things get cleared up. Turned out pretty good. Indeed it did. However, in this... Yeah, whatever. I think he's gonna say it anyway. I should be in the picture. Yeah. This is just an illusionary world with Sephiroth met up. We're still in the northern crater, so... This picture over there really holds no value as any evidence. And of course, it's not Cloud. Duh. I mean, really, that illusion is actually quite easy to see through. And he's gone again. I wonder if Sephiroth can actually manipulate Cloud's memories. I'm not sure. Because I was... Dramatic silence. Oh, this screen. And this music. This music is actually called Reunion, if if I recall correctly. And this giant wall block, whatever, it's all materia. It's utterly ridiculous. Oh, burn! Blink. And now, Hojo can... Hojo did read Gust's records, so he does know about weapon. At least as much as Ifalna told Gust. And he's probably a bit over-dramatizing things. Yeah, right here. Of course he wouldn't tell Rufus where the reports are. That's how he stays valuable for the Shinra. When did he even return to Shinra? Didn't he resign at some point? Alright. Whoop. Maybe Barrett wasn't the best to give the materia to, given the fact that he's so susceptible to illusions, let's be honest. But yeah, there are many characters. No, you can't give the material to anyone. There are certain characters you can give it to, and who you give it to doesn't change anything. Remember. No surprise here, I think. This game is really not made to be played in the dark. Everything's so always those bright flashes. Don't know. I don't know what you mean. Still can't control anything. Come on, move! Oh, I think I need to press something so he continues, and then shakes his head. And I'm not sure. Just mashing the direction buttons just to be sure. And I really like how they worked with text boxes and no text boxes. Yeah, imagine this being the dark. Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, my room is well lit and it's still pretty awkward to watch. So yeah, Cloud, in his confusion about his memories, which one are real and which one are not, has apparently caved in to Sephiroth's suggestions. And of course, this also kinda makes sense about... You remember the boss we fought in the safe in the Nibel Villa? That boss was called the Lost Number. Lost Number. And given the fact that it was hidden in that safe by Hojo, this all kinda makes sense, with Hojo numbering all his stuff. And Hojo's not exactly sure what to think of himself as well. Well, but that Hojo's mad is not really news. Wait. Who was that? The interesting thing, I mean, I don't know how to... The Geneva reunion theory. Yeah. So yeah, Geneva's body, dismembered, split apart for experiments, all by the ancients back then to seal her away. All people that Hojo or Gust use Genova cells to create, or all those people are basically returning now, called not by Sephiroth, but by Genova herself, to reform Genova's body, or at least her powers. And what they found of Genova was... I don't know if it was... Nah, whatever. Yeah, this is what he's basically doing with Cloud as well. Cloud having Genova cells, being a clone, technically. Not a clone in as a genetic clone, but same measure of producement. That's why Cloud is so susceptible to Sephiroth's powers. And we can suppose that Sephiroth's projected body was only able to materialize after Genova's main body in the Shinra building got freed by her own powers. Because Sephiroth's and Genova's powers are apparently tied to each other very well, very tightly. Because of... I don't know exactly why. So I know it's very many things that are being thrown at you now. The texts here and what I'm saying. The thing is, this game, what I really like about this game is that lots of people have their own theories about what's happening. Cloud, Tifa, Sephiroth, Hojo. And they are all closer or far from the truth to varying degrees and in varying aspects. So yeah, where Tifa and Cloud were wrong is quite apparent. His taken part in the, or being subjected to the, I just call it the Sephiroth experiments, the injecting Genova cells and whatever they did. And yeah, oh god, I can move here, and I hate moving at this tree. Oh my god, I think I need to go here. Yeah, I'm not moving myself. So yeah, you can't really take many things that that people say in this game for granted. Because let's face it, Hojo himself doesn't even know if Cloud is a success or not, so duh. And yeah, apparently this tree is Sephiroth. This tree is Sephiroth. No, of course not. Sephiroth is in there. Frozen in materia. Okay, Sephiroth is, I mean, Hojo is basically, what the fuck? must evacuate. The sad thing is, I bet none of those 3 persons want to come with Rufus. The fact is, he got an airship, and we would have to walk down the glacier. So he got quite a strong argument on his side. Not to mention the soldiers he probably has on disposal nearby that we just don't get to see. And what the hell, Cloud? You're not a fucking balloon. Stop floating around. We can assume that floating down and up is his last try to reject Sephiroth's will towards his friends back to Sephiroth, ultimately failing and handing the black materia to the real Sephiroth this time. And oh, what havoc this causes. Hello, weapon. Hello, another weapon. There are many more than one weapon, being giant beasts. And none of them are a joke. And now that Sephiroth and or Genova's powers are reawakened, the weapon planet sends out the weapons to get rid of this threat. So, to make it clear, the weapons are not part of Sephiroth or Genova's powers. I'm gonna tell you that much. I mean, they aren't really story relevant at all, but yeah. Just to recall what Gast told us in his videos about the weapons. And the planet is crying. Can I move? No. Oops. Cloud. Sam. Frodo. Sam's. Okay, never mind. For the first and only time, placing this scene into the whole Final Fantasy timeline is quite hard if you don't know a bit of things from different games or anything. This was the very first meeting of Tifa and Squall after they Tifa and Cloud. After they separated after the whole Nibelheim's thingy. So their first meeting in 5 years. And I think they already debunked Sephiroth's theory or Sephiroth's claim that Cloud just adapted to Tifa's memories. Because, as you can see, Cloud is the one who recognizes Tifa first. I mean, his reactions are awkward and his state is desolate. but he has recognized her first. And we can all assume that the white flashes are only in Cloud's minds. And here it is. It's really been a long time. Actually, it's been 7 years. So we've all the time we've lived 5 years ago in Nibelheim. 5 years ago Sephiroth came to Nibelheim. And now Tifa is telling her it was actually 7 years ago. And she was the one who's been playing along. I actually didn't expect... I forgot that this part of Tifa's memory is disclosed this early in the game. I thought it would be later. So all the times when Tifa was hesitating to tell Cloud something... Planet crying again. This is what it was about. She knew something was wrong with him. Something in his memories didn't add up. But she never knew what it was and she never knew how to tell it to Cloud. And to be frank, we still don't exactly know. I mean, at this point, an unobservant player might believe that Sephiroth is simply right. That Cloud was indeed constructed. But I already hinted that Sephiroth isn't completely right. Cloud wasn't far from the truth. Tifa's not exactly right, and Hojo neither. No one really gets the whole picture up until the very, very end, when we also get to know it. So I know it's kind of a spoiler, but I'm doing this with a purpose. I want you to stay on your toes and to keep looking for those tiny hints, like Cloud remembering, recognizing Tifa before she tells him before she says his name and anything. I want you to stay on guard for those, because once you know the final thing, how things really were, when you replay this game, so many things make more sense. I'm telling you, you can, without the slightest problem, play this game twice in a row to see all the things in the right light, and we are still not there. But, well, where we are, we don't know either. We have never seen a room like this. Cloud is lost. "7 days. That's quite a long to sleep.